Okay, it's going. Get everything set up right. I'm not doing great. Oh, I am not doing as good as possible. Hence why there's not a new review right now that should have been posted 2 hours ago. it's it's been a time. It's been a time. So, hello World Wide Web. I'm trying to be semi-positive. So I really am. I really am. I'm like, hey, you know what? Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Could talk about all the things we're thankful for. Hey, Jesse Collado. Uh, I this Jedi. This late be Jedi. Okay. Okay. Yes. Little surprising. Live from Argentina. Love from Argentina. Hello. Hello. Turned 33 yesterday. Not bad, not bad. I had a sort of near-death experience. Well, not really yesterday. It was actually this morning around 3:30 in the morning. Uh, Funny story that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was how I felt like I was going to die. In retrospect, it's kind of funny, but at the time, it didn't feel very funny. It didn't feel very funny. Hello, the Wanderer. Hello. Ah, I gotta get that sound bit and a GIF or something. I've been streaming more on Twitch. In case you haven't noticed, over on my Twitch, I've been streaming RoboCop Rogue City. I've been playing it on the Duke, which I don't have plugged in because the damn micro USB cable is just a pain, and I don't. The longer it's in there, the more broken it gets somehow. So, uh, bad, very bad. Uh Oh, the thing is, like, I've been doing like kind of crappy enough that I was this close. Ow, 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 ow! I hate these. Oh. Well, I'm not going to be using that hairband anymore. Anyway, I was very close to not even like doing the turkey. But I the desire to have a good turkey won out over just the feeling like crap. So I ended up getting a 17-pound turkey, which I never do. I always try and cap out around 14 pounds. Usually go over closer to 12. But I couldn't find a small enough bird. I could only find the smallest I could find was 17 pounds. Now, the reason this is important is because I brine my turkey. So I had to like it also had to thaw out because I got it like 2 days ago. So today, for most of the morning, I was rotating it like in the sink while I had something like heavy on top to try and keep the majority of it under the water while I'm running cold water every half hour, switching, flipping it, doing that for several hours, trying to thaw it as best I could. Before now, it's sitting in the pot in the brine, and it will be doing that until tomorrow morning when I will be throwing it in the oven at 500 degrees, covered in canola oil, before taking it out 30 minutes later, drop it to 350, and then how long do you cook a 17-pound bird, especially one that's probably still slightly frozen in the middle? Is it Saturday? No, it is not. It is currently Wednesday when I was supposed to post a review. I don't know what you're going through. I just want to drop a comment showing support. Enjoy watching content. I appreciate it. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Mainly, I'm going through mental just stuff. It's like, it's not necessarily anything happening as much as it's just everything feels like it's happening all at once. And I'm having a time. Positive, I mowed the lawn. Most of it, I mowed the east lawn. The west lawn still looks like ass, but what are you gonna do? It's a giant damn lawn. And I ran out of gas. But yeah, the somewhat near death experience that you might want to hear about that occurred this morning. it was just like, it's not necessarily, but maybe, all things considered. I don't know. Uh, well, I just this morning at how old am I now? 40. I turned 40 this year. Uh, oh boy. I have two turkeys, made the mistake of trusting a dummy with the original still frozen, and now I have a second. It's my fault for trusting them. Yeah, I would have got a fresh turkey since I was going Monday to get one, but unfortunately, again, that was also not something that I was able to accomplish. Uh, but yeah, this morning at 3:30, I just woke up in intense pain. Absolute, like, crushing pain in my guts. And I tried to not wake Charlie, but I was, fumbling around, and she woke up from it. And I was like, well, okay. And I just crawled out of bed, and went over, went into the bathroom, and I'm like, something ain't right. I'm just losing my equilibrium. I'm having a hard time thinking straight. I got a cold sweat going on. I'm feeling dizzy. I'm feeling nauseous. I have like next to no energy, and I'm just like struggling getting over to the toilet, like lift the seat and sit myself down, and I'm there like, and I'm like feeling nauseous. So I take the little trash can and I pull the trash bag out of it so that I can have just the little trash can in case I have to puke. And I'm there like, what's going on? Charlie's awake. She's like, hey, what's going on there? And I'm there like, bad, feel bad, hell, no good, bad, don't know what, feel pain. And she's worried sick for me as I'm just going through this ordeal. And like, I'm just there, like, I feel like I have to poop, but I'm not pooping. I feel like I have to puke, but I'm not puking. And I don't know what's going on. And I just have barely any idea what's even happening now. I'm fumbling around. I knocked over the bidet remote. It clambered around in the tub. Sounded like I fell over. So I was like, "It's fine. Drop remotes." And eventually, I poop. And then I'm just like, this wave of like relief energy is coming back to me. My hands start tingling, like blood is returning to it. I stop sweating. I'm just, ah. I felt like I was going to die. And I was like, this is it. I know how Elvis felt. Oh God. And I had to poop. And I did look up some stuff today, and evidently there's a pretty big nerve in the human body that goes from your brainstem down through your lungs, your heart, your, like, a lot of your systems, and then down into the lower intestine. And if there's some pressure put on it at some point from, say, an unmoved bowel movement, that could cause little issues with equilibrium, with breathing, with concentration, with your heart, with like cold sweats, all the symptoms I was having. And I'm like, why? Why? I mean, it was the problem turned out to be the jalapenos I had mixed into my macaroni and cheese earlier in the day, or the previous day, since that was 3:30 in the morning. But the macaroni and cheese I mixed some jalapenos in there, like, tasty. But the jalapenos caused gastrointestinal distress, and that gastrointestinal distress was like, on that little nerve, which made me like, and it's like, what the fuck? Kinda. Obviously, there's nothing we can do to help you feel better, but dealing with my own shit for as long as I can remember. But I hope you know how much happiness you've brought to me, and thank you. I was gonna try and do like a Thanksgiving themed review this week, but everything I kept trying to find for a Thanksgiving movie that wasn't something that I already did and was still something good enough, it just wasn't working out. No, I wasn't going to be able to get it in time, so I was like, okay, screw that. So I started watching a shark movie. Like, okay, that's close enough. It eats things, and it would give me an opportunity to shill bad CGI sharks again, which I love doing. Oh, Elvis, I believe he died of a heart attack while on the crapper constipated. So it might have been the same nerve because that goes through the heart. Like he could that people are like, oh, it wasn't the constipation, it was the heart attack. It's like they're a little more closely linked, actually. So maybe I do know how Elvis felt, which is a terrible, terrible feeling. That was it was absolutely nightmarish. Uh Nightmare Before Christmas is arguably a Thanksgiving film. Oh, I remember like a little family tradition back when I was still with my blood family in Pennsylvania. Like after Thanksgiving, we'd watch Jingle All the Way. It's the Black Friday movie. So, uh, what am I having for Thanksgiving tomorrow? Well, all I have going right now on my side is the turkey. I have kind of solidified myself as turkey man, which is another reason why it was very important for me to take care of the turkey. It's not just me and my turkey and it's a great turkey. There are a good amount of people who rely on my turkey now that I've let them know that I make a damn good turkey. Now, I was going to make some pumpkin pie. I do have some pie crust. I do have some pumpkin filling. I do have some, well, not pumpkin filling, but pumpkin puree. And I do have some, you know, I have the things to make it, but I would need to have at least made them today, and I didn't. But also, I only have one pie pan. I forgot they broke one of my pie pans. Family, them. So with my one remaining pie pan, I could easily tomorrow, while I'm getting everything ready for the turkey, before all of that goes, or actually after that goes, while the turkey is in its 30-minute 30-minute rest after you roast it, that would be an ample opportunity for me to quickly whip together a peach cobbler. So I could use that one pie pan, get some canned peaches, cobbler mix, a little milk and butters, mix, boom, peach cobbler. And in a glass Pyrex pie pan, a peach cobbler looks impressive for how absolutely no effort it is. And it's still very good, too, so that helps. I don't really make stuffing. Like I do the Good Eats roast turkey. I just Alton Brown. He's still active on social media. He has his own YouTube channel. Drop by there and tell him that I make his turkey, and it's fantastic. And everyone loves the turkey. But yeah. Whew, any good new horror films coming out soon? I need to keep tabs on this. Like part of my whole mental distress as it is just being too much of a perfectionist about a lot of things. Like I know I need to put out 2 videos a week for the algorithm to be happy. And putting out 2 videos is not a hard thing to do. It is not. YouTube content doesn't have to be complicated. Yet somehow I find a way. I find a way to just be like, let's take me talking about a movie I just saw and figure out a way that this is going to take me 2.5 weeks to do. So, like, just, I need to streamline a bit in that regard. I still want to do the long form reviews. I love doing the long form reviews. They make me very happy. But I can also, like, watch a movie that just came out on Shudder and do a quick little reaction review style video and just do it and not try and be like, I'm apologizing to everybody that this isn't a long form review. I'm very sorry. I'll get back to that. Like, just let it be what it is and go. Sad about all the Scream 7 news. Yeah, there's the it's also interesting seeing how a lot of it is being reported, because you can tell which outlets have had their hands washed by others' hands, and they want to try and stay on good terms with who pays the bills and who gives them insider access. And so they're like, well, it seems out of the blue, Jenna Ortega just remembered she had a scheduling conflict. Funny thing. Uh, so she's not going to be in Scream 7, but it's totally nothing to do with anything involving any kind of stuff that someone else got shit canned for that she's showing solidarity with. No, it's just a scheduling conflict. We just forgot she was also Wednesday. I mean, when you're dealing with Wednesday, of course you can be like confused about the days. You just every time you're talking about the days, you always you think it's something. It's not. It's just funny. Oh, that it Heart's just going to give out. Wait, are we talking about the constipation again? Yeah, I guess you just forgot the schedule. Obviously, duh. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need to do my videos to get my videos done. But like I said, the shark movie I was starting with was what's it called? The Black Demon, I think. I got it downloaded. That's what I do. So yeah, The Black Demon, which I only got to see the first 10 minutes of, unfortunately. Still, I've just been... Well, then again, also, I've spent the last week playing RoboCop. But I've been doing that on stream, so that's technically a form of work. Twitch is a bit more fun than YouTube right now because the numbers actually do go up. But they would go up on YouTube better if I would put out 2 videos a week. Okay. Woo. I heard there was a lot of drama going on, but I didn't hear about this part. What do you think of YouTube being sued for putting spyware in their ad block policy? Very interesting. Oh, oh God, I keep trying to think of a new name for every stream, and that's got to be. Well, then again, a lot of people have on Twitch have named their streams something like that, but it's because it's fun. Like I can't have an Dead Meat James is playing Power Wash Simulator right now. Okay. Let's see. RoboCop Res. Yes. RoboCop Rogue City. Let's see. RoboCop and Robo Sloth Rogue City. What's up, everyone? Let's play. Big surprise on with RoboCop. Golden Law, Detroit Man Center. Well, someone's got to buy that for $1. Yes. Where's the Oreo? Where someone's got to be talking about Oreos. Dead or alive, you're going. I found the one time, no one streaming RoboCop Rogue City, at least not in English, has Robo wants an Oreo in the title. Rogue City is still damn fun for me. I've been playing it with the Duke, and I feel like it just kind of adds to the experience, the nice chunkiness. And no, it's not a wireless Duke. I just have it unplugged because the micro USB is a goddamn nightmare. I wish it was wireless. That'd be really nice. But oh, just the chunkiness of this, along with the chunkiness of RoboCop. It's called Robert's Cup. Oh. What do they give the guys who made Gollum? Why the fuck were they even making another Walking Dead game? Yeah, I don't know, like a Telltale, but like the Telltale guys were all like shit canned, and then they made their own studio, and then Telltale, the original like studio name ish thing, that property was purchased something, and then it was refilled with new devs under the name Telltale, but the actual Telltale devs are in a completely different studio, and you can tell because their games actually still look like Telltale games, whereas the new ones don't. If you could have a brief cameo in any movie, past or present, what movie and what would you do? Oh, I feel like I'd love to have been in Gamera 3, but I'd also like to just be in any upcoming Gamera. That would just I just feel like being a semi background character who screams and runs like that would be enough for me. Oh, new to your channel and loving it so far. Have you heard anything about RoboCop Returns? Seems like it's been in production forever. RoboCop Returns? No, I don't recall. IMDb direct sequel to RoboCop that ignores RoboCop 2 and all that. Okay. Interesting. There's not too much to go on with the IMDb page. RoboCop returns to fight crime in Detroit. Okay, it's just supposed to be RoboCop that is sequel to RoboCop. Okay, so that'd be a new RoboCop timeline, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But at the same time, when you make a movie, it's nice to say that it mattered. It makes it feel like the new movies will also matter going forward, instead of being like, as soon as you start adding new timelines, I feel like it's harder to get as invested in something. Like, if it's a total reboot, that's one thing, but when you say, no, we're keeping this one, but then we're ignoring all those, I feel like that's a... I mean, well, then again, the RoboCop 2014, that was a total reboot, and that's clearly keep the first one and continue from there would probably go over a bit better than that did. Whoa. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat. Hello, Alex Lemons. I'm just chatting it up because I don't have a video for today. And I said I've been working on the turkey. Working on the turkey. There's a good amount that goes into making the brine and getting it. Like I said, I spent most of the day trying to thaw that thing because unfortunately I had to get a frozen one, so I was there like rotating it in the sink, draining the water, filling it with cold water, waiting half an hour, rotating it again, draining the water, filling it with cold water, keep that going, keep that going, keep that going. Are there plans to cover any tokusatsu content that isn't Godzilla, like Ultraman? Oh, I haven't thought about doing Ultraman, but I wouldn't mind because I've been working on my Japanese. Unfortunately, I haven't been sitting with my Japanese textbook as much as I'd like to. The hyper focus has passed. The first month was like, and now it's like, I still I still pick it up. I still work on it, and I have kept up on my kanji study. I have made sure that I keep up on that every single day. So I'm not just coasting by like I've stopped learning any Japanese and I'm sure it's still going to sink in. But it was also kind of funny because like yesterday, it's just, I still have the things where I encounter Japanese and I'm still I am still an enjoyer of Japanese content. And yesterday, while I was on my Xbox, it said, players like you love Onechanbara. And I was like, that Yes, we do. Oh, you have it on sale for like $4.50 right now. Okay. Let's see exactly what this One-Chanbara Bikini Samurai Squad is all about. And so I finally got to play that for the first time in my life. And then I got to looking at the name. I was like, One-Chanbara. One-Chanbara. One-chan. That's sister. What the hell is bara? So I looked up bara. Like, what does bara effectively translate to in Japanese? And it was interesting because bara, according to what I found, is used to denote certain plants or flowers and such that have thorns. And I'm like, oh, this name makes a hell of a lot more sense now. Should try Shin Ultraman movie first. Could be interesting. And now for some obscure French folklore. If you drink 3 glasses of milk and place 3 cat whiskers underneath your pillow before bedtime, a goblin will tickle the underside of your balls. Yeah, that sounds French, all right. Heard of the Suikoden game getting remastered in HD. I think I heard a little bit about that, but I don't remember all that much. Recently beaten a mod for AM2R, which allows you to play as Samus in the fusion suit. You can gain health with the X-Parasite. AM2R. 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 God damn, I should know this. I'm a nerd! Oh, you'd rather not know what happens when it's buttermilk. Trust me. Oh, God. But, yeah. Still trying to... I should finish the shark movie, but then it's like we're moving into December. It's going to be Christmas time, but also Dino-cember. I like doing Dino-cember, but it would help to do some more Christmassy themed things for the first time in my life. Or there was always, what was it? Oh, God. There was one movie. Speaking of Japanese things, Christmas, and dinosaurs. Yeah. There's this. Rex Kyoru Monogatari. I don't understand this whatsoever. It's probably not at all anything that I would ever be interested in. But if we are going for Christmas themed with dinosaurs from Japan, it kind of hits all the check boxes. Oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Krampus, Jack Frost. Oh, that was also, geez. There was the, I saw I reacted to the trailer to the Grinch horror movie. I think that was last year that was shown off. I should be able to find that pretty easily. Tomodachi wa Rexo. The friend Rex. Interesting that Tomodachi is spelled entirely in hiragana, though. You usually have a little bit of kanji in there. I guess it's because it's aimed at a much younger audience. They either have the furigana or they got this. Just write it in hiragana for the stupid little kids who don't know kanji yet. Oh, jeez. So you really want to ever see something scary? Christmas, there's a rap site, Kids Believe in Santa Claus. A special that somehow makes the Star Wars holiday special look competent. That JRPG I mentioned was supposed to come out on Thanksgiving, but it's got delayed to March. Well, hopefully everything's all nice and what the hell? All I see is pictures of this little Japanese girl, like with the she just there like, hey, I got my friendly little dinosaur here with his sharp teeth and claws, and just really brings out the Christmas spirit now, doesn't it? I've been watching Cthulhu for a couple of years. Just want to thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, Lord Cthulhu. But yeah. I'd like to see out actually doing something Christmassy this Christmas, but I still want to keep the Dino Semper going, of course. And there's March of the Clowns coming up, of course. Can't forget that. Can't remember the name deck, but I remember watching a movie about a scientist making miniature dinosaurs. Well, you see, I can understand that. Alison Pregler did a review of the Rex Christmas dinosaur. That means that they got to it first. Internet rules, that means I'd be stealing from them. Damn it. Hell, I'm going to do it anyway. But yeah. I still, like, there's a lot of Japanese I have yet to learn. Just barely got into lesson 7 of book 1 of Genki. I slowed down on my grammar lessons immensely, unfortunately. Recent Christmas action movie trend that has been picking up steam? I have not heard of that. I tend to stick to horror. The Valley of Goanji. Classic Ray Harryhausen effects. Cowboys versus dinosaurs. And the iconic-looking purple Allosaurus. But yeah. Little T-Rex looks so cute. He's gonna get big. The T-Rex isn't just gonna be this little friendly suit actor forever. Eventually, he's gonna be this CGI monstrosity tearing up Tokyo. Just, Well, I already reviewed Die Hard. Did I review it for Christmas? I think I reviewed it around Christmas. Maybe. I don't know. I have not seen Prehysteria. I remember when it came out and I was just like, no. Which is funny because I was like really into dinosaurs when I was younger. As were a lot of guys. Like, it's like, hey, are you growing up in the 90s? Well, let me introduce you to Jurassic Park. Which reminds me, speaking of the 90s and Jurassic Park, there's a Jurassic Park Classics collection coming. So I'm all about that. It's going to have like the NES Jurassic Park game, to Game Boy Jurassic Park, Game Gear Jurassic Park, Super Nintendo Jurassic Park, Sega Genesis Jurassic Park, and that's the Jurassic Park and the Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. But I don't know if they're going to have the Sega CD Jurassic Park. There was, in fact, a Sega CD Jurassic Park. And it did have way too much full motion video in there and no, not of dinosaurs, of people fucking talking. But if I remember right, the Sega CD Jurassic Park was kind of like a point-and-click adventure game. Is not nearly as good as it should have been for being Jurassic Park video game in the 90s, using a very powerful system that can play good video games. But of course, despite the fact that the Sega CD did have some nice beef to it and could play good video games, that's generally not what people actually did with it. It was like, hey, FMV. That's impressive, isn't it? Have you reviewed Santa's Sleigh? I do not believe I have. Santa's Sleigh. Yes. Game Boy. Yeah, I haven't. I didn't play. Did I play Jurassic Park for Game Boy? I don't know. I did have a Game Boy at one point, and I did get a lot of games for it. But the game I played the most on Game Boy had to be Legend of the River King. No mention of Sega CD game. Yeah, I saw an ad for it, and I didn't see any anything about the Sega CD game, which is a shame because I played a lot of that. It's like an adventure game. Like I said, it was always like find this item, go this way, use this thing to unlock this area, and go forward. All the while trying not to die from stupidity. But also there was this effect that there were technically some actiony parts to it, and I wanted to get to them because the game for the most part was still kind of boring. Like it was the exact inverse of Jurassic Park Rampage Edition, which is included in the collection, which is like that came after Jurassic Park for Sega Genesis. It's another Sega Genesis game, uses the same engine, uses a lot of the same sprites, but they were like, hey, you know what would be great? You know, the Jurassic Park Sega Genesis game, a lot of fun. Followed the story of the book / movie okay enough, whatever. But I just realized something, guys. I just realized this. We got a video game about dinosaurs. Let's just fucking go crazy. And so they did. And that's Jurassic Park Rampage Edition. They just went fucking crazy. And it was nice. I liked it. It's the one where you get to the savannah and you're playing as Dr. Grant. You jump on the Glamis and he just goes, yeehaw! And you just run off and you're shooting at fucking Velociraptors chasing you with your just super like trank machine gun, because we still have tranquilizers because this is Jurassic Park. You're not supposed to shoot dinosaurs. We're supposed to tranquilize them. So, but I remember playing the original Genesis game, and like all the tranquilizers were limited ammunition, and they did give you one weapon with unlimited ammo, and that was a little taser. And the longer you charged it, the longer and more powerful it was, up to like, I don't know, 5 feet in front of you. So, of course, I went through the entire game not using the tranq shots at all, taking everything out with the taser, just in case I needed the tranq shots for something later. Thoughts on the Dominion series? Dominion. Oh, God, it's not coming to me right now. Hello, Miguel Ortiz. So that's the thoughts. They just left. But yeah, like I said, I've been streaming quite a bit on Twitch. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll be doing that tonight because I wanted to do this stream like several hours ago. I wanted to start this stream around 4 so that I could end the stream and then segue over to Twitch and maybe play a little bit more RoboCop. But I guess we'll not be doing that today. Dinosaur hunting game for VR 2 years ago? Wait, did they? Because I used to play the hell out of Carnivores 2. It was nice. It was, it was a hunting game with dinosaurs. How am I in my shadow? I've been better, but I'm feeling better now that I'm actually here on the channel, talking to people, interacting, having a time. Like I was feeling really, really terrible. Like I was letting myself get to myself like most of last week. Because, the Nature Unleashed tornado review went up, and it did okay. According to YouTube, it was like, hey, this is like your 6th best upload, maybe 5th now. And it's like, yeah, that's true, and it's still getting really bad views. I'm not even sure if yet it's hit over 20,000 views. And that was just depressing. And it just made me feel sick. I didn't even want to check and look at things. And I just kept feeling like everything was terrible. And days went by, and I didn't look at anything, and I just felt like everything was going to hell. And then, like 2 days ago, I actually opened up my channel and looked at things and saw, oh, the daily numbers are still okay. The channel's not dead. Things aren't completely in the shitter. You're fine, Decker. And I was like, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the way YouTube's gone, there's a lot more work I was supposed to do that I had to cancel for the last, like, 2 years because I haven't been able to afford to do it. I love the Nature Unleashed series, and it's refreshing because I'm a weather nerd, so your review is like a fresh perspective on the glorious junk of garbage. Ah, yes. It's sad there's no more Nature Unleashed. No more Nature Unleashed. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot of mental, a lot of internal stuff. It's like, what's wrong? Like, technically nothing, but the body cannot exist without the mind. The mind makes it real. Ooh, I was in a car accident a few years ago that knocked out a whole bunch of my teeth, and this year is when I got Medicaid to deal with it. Oh boy. So yeah, you know what it's like to have to gum your way through a Thanksgiving. It's almost an incentive to go out and produce more terrible material to be mocked. Oof. What is this? Speaking of Jurassic Park, I've now obtained over 50 dinosaur figures this year, with number 50 being shipped out this week. The Hammond Collection Carnotaurus. Nice. Oh yeah, the little experiment I did, I feel like paid off. Not as strongly as I was really hoping, but it still was showing definite strength into the direction that I was trying for. That being, at the end of some of my reviews, instead of just saying, and watch this other video I've done, I occasionally say, maybe watch this other video a different, much larger YouTuber has done. Because YouTube, its recommendations are based on watch history, and if it sees a connection between two channels, it'll be like, oh, yeah, sure. Maybe people over here would like that. That's often suggested to YouTubers who are very small to be like, go to a bigger one's forum or Discord or something and shill your stuff there. Try and make sure it's somewhat related so you don't come off as too much of an asshole, but do that. And then I was like, wait a minute. If it's based on watch history, then it should be able to work both ways. And I already have a pretty decent sized audience. I just need to get that connection going. And it seems like it does sometimes. So I'm getting more unsubscribed views, and things are getting shared out more frequently, which is good. It's not nearly as strong as it should be, but I'm coming from the point where up to this point for the last few years, the main reason why the channel has suffered so greatly and views have gone down and subscriber growth has slowed so much is because YouTube pretty much stopped showing me to other viewers that weren't already, to people who hadn't already seen me. YouTube was like, no, Decker Shadow is associated with Decker Shadow and nothing else. There's nothing else on this site remotely like Decker Shadow, so therefore, nothing else on this site that we should suggest Decker Shadow under. It's like, so, yeah. So I was trying that to fix things around with that, and that did seem to be helping, but I haven't kept up on putting up videos, so that is not helping. So it's this back and forth we got here. It's back and forth. So I have to, hey, if I want my channel to do well and I want to do good as a content creator, I gotta create content. I think I have solved the mystery of the ages, people. Been watching you for years. YouTube sucks as much as Disney. Yeah, a lot of people who have been watching for years have had to. There's like not just the people who have had to resubscribe several times because YouTube unsubscribes them, but another benefit you could say of the recent experiments was that not only were my videos actually being shown out to a wider audience for the first time in a long time, but I got a lot of comments from people who have been subscribed for years, and YouTube just stopped showing my videos to them, and they thought for the last few years that I just quit doing this. And they were like, oh my God, Deck is still around. Hey, he's still doing the same shit. Cool. Yeah. My fiance's mother, she actually got ghost unsubscribed like twice. And it's like, Google, stop telling me that she doesn't love me anymore. It's not nice. It's like she's always sharing my posts on her Facebook and stuff. She's always watching. She's always supporting. She's watching, liking, sharing. She's doing all this stuff. And then YouTube just unsubscribes her from me. It's like, I did review the original Puppet Master, but there's a lot more Puppet Masters that I haven't gotten to. Yeah, I checked my list to see if I was ghost unsubscribed from anyone, and technically no. At least I don't think so. I couldn't find anyone that I couldn't scroll. I didn't scroll through the list and be like, hey, I used to watch this guy. Where is he? But according to YouTube, for the last several years, from what they've shown me, evidently one person who I subscribed to when they had 50,000 subscribers several years ago, he was a great guy, made a lot of really interesting content. I guess he just quit this YouTube thing because I haven't seen anything from him in years. He's a real fun guy by the name of Jacksepticeye. Wonder whatever happened to him. YouTube stopped showing me his shit. Like, that's just, I watch him still on, he's recommended to Charlie's stuff, so I'll still watch his stuff and keep up on it there. So I haven't felt the need to seek out his stuff over here. But I actually got that idea, like, wait a minute, I realized YouTube hasn't recommended one of his videos for a while. So I went to my recommended tab and I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Never does Jacksepticeye come up. Whole bunch of motherfuckers I never subscribed to do. But Jacksepticeye is not there. I wonder whatever happened to Sean McLaughlin. I remember getting tinnitus by going down to see him in Houston. Like, me and Charlie, we drove down to Houston when he was doing his How Did We Get Here tour. And I distinctly remember one of his fans behind me, she could scream, and I spent several weeks at least afterwards with tinnitus ringing in my ears. What bands do I listen to? I've been listening, of course, to Lordi, and then Beast in Black. Beast in Black. Gotta check. Has Beast in Black got another album coming anytime soon? It's been a while. Oh, what's this? That can't be right. This must be something that's... Oh, that's okay. So this has them in it, but it's not them. Okay, so I'm fine. But it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. Usually they release like their first album, Berserker 2017, then From Hell With Love 2019, then Dark Connection in 2021. You'd expect another album in 2023. I don't see nothing. Dang it. reviewing the new Exorcist when it comes out. I got to review the old Exorcist. There's nothing wrong with reviewing the new Exorcist without having to see it. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, Decker. Stop with your perfectionism. You're a content creator. You need to create content. It's YouTube. It doesn't have to be the greatest thing ever. It's YouTube. Just open your damn mouth, turn on your damn camera, and put a video on the damn internet. It's not that hard. Okay. What kind of games do I look for to stream? Well, I've been enjoying the hell out of RoboCop Rogue City. I was doing a good amount of Nountown just because they had the PC version of that, but it was after the first day I was starting to average like 2 viewers a stream, so maybe that's not the best one. Maybe not everyone is super interested in educational, like, let's learn words, kids. So I still, of course, like, I'm definitely looking forward to EDF 6 when that comes out in 2024. It should be coming out to PC the same time as PS4 and PS5 based on the announcements. So I'll be picking that up for PC and I'll be streaming that here, probably grouped with my fiance. I don't know if she'll be streaming it as well. It would be nice. I've been working on getting her more into streaming. She's working on her becoming an affiliate. She's got like everything down except for follower count. And we got like, we're setting up things where like, hey, you want some custom emotes? Here, let's make some nice custom emotes for you. And that's something that only affiliates can do. Okay. Well, how about you get the channel points, the little cute little channel point icon here for your custom channel point name, and that's also something that only affiliates get. Great. Love your content. Dye your hair red and review Chucky. Like full on, like, go for it. Like, let's lift it all. Let's bleach the hell out of this. Give it a nice platinum blonde base and then slap on some red. Or like I did with the Joker for Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Just use some red hair wax and get that in there, and there we go. One of my personal thoughts on Paul W. Anderson's notorious adaptation of the Resident Evil films from 2002 to 2014, now that I'm covering them. Well, I've covered them in the summer of Mila Jovovich, but it was... At the time, I was like, I was just like, this series does not exist. They just veered way too far from the video game storylines, and I had absolutely no interest in it because I was a fan of Resident Evil, which this wasn't. Now that I accept that it's just not what it is, seeing it what it is a fun enough kind of film, which I don't want to describe it as mindless entertainment, but at the same time, while each movie has its own contained story that you could pay attention to, it is also set up as if it is a larger story, but if you actually take it as that, it doesn't fucking work. Like the things, it's the movies themselves forget the previous movies. You're expected to not care about what came before, or what's going to come after. You're expected to just take this chunk of entertainment and be like, here, enjoy. It's not like a fine dining experience where we have our first course. We'll start off with an amuse-bouche, and we're gonna move on to this course, and then let's have that. And it tells a story through flavor and texture. This is just like, boom, pizza, boom, burgers, boom, fried chicken, chicken, and waffles, brisket. Like, it's just, it's everything is itself. My personal favorite entries in the Resident Evil game franchise, starting from the 1996 original. Well, I feel like my favorite was probably the Resident Evil 1 remake on GameCube, specifically on GameCube, because that was when the resolution of the character models matched the resolution of the background, the pre-rendered backgrounds that were food, meat, lots of meat. I've been playing Village in VR. But playing on PSVR 2, I can stream it to Twitch, but I can't see any of the fucking chat, which is annoying because on the PlayStation 4 with the PSVR 1, you could. But for some reason with the PS5, you can't see chat in VR. Even if you're actually playing a backwards compatible PSVR 1 game, like with a PSVR 1 hooked up to it, you can't see chat, even though playing on a PS4 you could. PS5 is like, nah. In VR, you're not allowed to see chat. Which makes it really hard to interact with chat when you have no idea what the fuck they're saying. But the atmosphere, that I still love the tank controls. I love classic Resident Evil. The atmosphere, the detail of the pre-rendered backgrounds, combined with the fact that they were still dynamic, with the fact that on the Resident Evil 1 remake, they were short movies that were playing as the background. Short little videos, like you were walking on pre-rendered video, not pre-rendered images. And the character models matched the resolution. So everything just looked so nice together. And it just... They have the new ones, the HD versions, where they're like, would you like to cut off the top and bottom of the screen and see it in 16:9? We didn't add any more detail. We'll just cut off some of the detail that was there. And then it's like super sharp, high res, like models with higher res texture now, while we didn't do anything with the backgrounds. They're just kind of blurry now. And it's like, that's not an improvement. That's not. Like, one of the fun things, little experiments I did, one thing I'd like to stream, actually, is kind of lo-fi gaming of the Dead Space remake. Because I was playing that on the Steam Deck, and it runs pretty good on the Steam Deck. There were a few parts where it struggles a bit, and it starts hitting the 30s and the 20s in frames. But when it did that, the lower resolution of the Steam Deck plus the lower frame rate, it started to click, like the heavy film grain, and it actually looked like it hit that cinematic frame rate that we're supposed to really be impressed by. And that got me thinking. I tanked the resolution. I put it in like 4:3. I set the graphic settings I still set to high, but the resolution and the frame rate capped to 30. And it's just a beautiful, like, grindhouse kind of game when you do that. I love the aesthetic of just lo-fi Dead Space remake. I really want to stream that because I really enjoyed the little experiments I had with that. I don't know if I'd play the entire game like that on stream, but I would play the entire game like that for myself. I just don't know if people would be willing to stand that for several nights in a row of, oh, it's lo-fi Dead Space night again. Gears of War 1 to 3 are getting remastered the next year or two. I know the Gears of War 1 had a... it wasn't... What was it? I don't think it was necessarily a remaster. It was like... It's not like remake, but it was kind of remake. Juggernaut Edition, is that? No, that's the zombie game. What the fuck was it? Well, there was the re-release of the original Gears of War that was for the Xbox One that then got like that was before the Xbox One got backwards compatibility, I think. But yeah, special edition they added some cut content in. Yeah, yeah. And I think that cut content was also already in the PC release. Like that was one thing that's happened. And I played the Alien games. I played that way back when. I played Alien Isolation on stream. Did I play it on stream actually, or did I just play it and record it and post it? Well, that was on the gaming channel anyway. I never played the Alien games on the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and that's. I did play Alien vs. Predator on Atari Jaguar, though. But I did enjoy Gears of War 1 when it came out. I played the hell out of it. Gears of War 2, I never really did. And then I kind of didn't get back to the Gears of War franchise until I got my Xbox One X years ago, and then discovered that Game Pass is the ultimate deal in gaming with an amazing collection of games for one low monthly price. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll play all the Gears of Wars now. And got to say, after playing Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, Gears 3, my favorite. Really love playing as Cole. Finally playing as Cole. Love him. Yeah. I feel like Gears Ultimate was just kind of an up-res. Like, did they even add high quality textures, or was it just like higher render resolution? I know with the Xbox backwards compatibility stuff, there's several games that will just run at a higher res. Though it is also kind of funny, like Mad Max, that game runs at like 900p on Xbox. But if you get the backwards compatibility mode on the series consoles, it'll run that shit at 120 frames a second. Like even on the Series S, I think. But yeah, I remember Mad Max ran pretty good on my PC back in the day, so yeah, it's pretty well optimized, all things considered. I mean, they got that shit running on Xbox One. Did I play Alien Trilogy on PS1? I believe I played it on... No. That's right. Alien Trilogy, PS1, Alien Resurrection, I played on Sega Saturn. Oh, it got real cold last night. Like, it just, like... Is the cloud cover just kind of left? So there was no... when it's cloudy, when a cold front comes in, the heat that's already kind of here will be a little insulated, but the cloud cover left, so it was completely open. And then a cold front came in, and it's like, phew, went from 80 degrees to 40. Oh yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Oh yeah, Lollipop Chainsaw. That is getting a. That's getting the remake has been described as more of a remaster, really. And some people are like, "Oh no," but I'm like, "Yeah," because that's one of the games that is not fucking backwards compatible. So to be able to play it is the goal. I don't care about making it a different game. No, I want it to be the game it is, so that it can be played on modern hardware. Thank you. Hello, Conspired. How you doing? Napoleon. I haven't had any plans to watch Napoleon. Honestly, I still got to finish watching Xanadu with Charlie. I got a Xanadu a while back. We started watching Xanadu, and then a whole bunch of crap was going on, and I got distracted running off, doing this, that, and the other. We still haven't finished watching Xanadu. I haven't finished watching The Black Demon. I got to watch Xanadu, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Why is it so hard to watch a movie? An animated film called Turok, Son of Stone. See, I know a little bit about the Turok storyline. So I just remember there was, the original Turok Dinosaur Hunter. You are a Native American, and you kill dinosaurs. And then Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. And then there was... God, was the third one there the arena shooter only? Like, it's multiplayer only in, like, the N64 era. Like, there was no online play. Why make the multiplayer only? Why? Like, I did. Anyway. Then they bring in, they're like, okay, well, you're playing as Turok's kids. His warrior daughter and his son, who has the worst luck on Tinder because he's like 4'5". He's just poor little bastard. He got to kill dinosaurs. It's the only way he finds joy in life. But then there was like another Turok game that came out during the 7th generation, I think. Or was it the 6th generation? I can't remember. But I do remember that it was critically panned. And then I haven't heard much of anything about Turok. Rage Wars was the multiplayer only game. Okay. A Decker Shadow themed horror game coming. As like every time you're gonna have like 3 lives, and every time you die, you start the day over, and it's like, but it was all just a dream. We just continue from there. Until the last life, then it wasn't a dream. Remake the franchise Turok used to own. I just got confused. Like I didn't beat Turok 1, nor Turok 2. So when I got to the one with the kids and they're talking about like this happened, that happened, that happened, that happened, I was like jumping into episode 600 of One Piece. I was like, huh? Who? We fighting dinosaurs? I'm good at fighting dinosaurs. I can shoot some dinosaurs for you. Finally beating this year Turok 1 on the PC. I got it. I was playing it on my Steam Deck, testing out the gyro aim, and it was working out pretty well. And then I realized that it was a 90s first-person shooter as I continuously got my ass kicked and got lost and couldn't figure out what the hell to do. Oh, the Max. Yeah, I watched the Max with Charlie. That Charlie loves the Max, so she introduced that to me, and she was like, "You need to watch this." And I was like, "Charlie, it's a cartoon TV series. I don't do that on my show." She's like, "You watch this. I don't give a shit if you're going to review this, but you need to watch this." Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Probably. Like, create content. That's an amazing idea. It was difficult for a bit mentally because every time I'd open the gaming channel up, like, well, it's time for me to think about actually doing something over here, I'd be greeted with a big community guidelines warning. Fortunately, I was able to go and do the community guidelines school, And now they say in several months they'll have community guidelines warning, go away. So that's nice. But it's still funny going through the community guidelines school on YouTube where it's like, this character is in a movie and there's a clip used in this video where their genitals are in full display. Is this or is this not okay in accordance to the community guidelines? I was like, not. That is incorrect. Based on the context of the scene, it is perfectly fine to have this, and it is in accordance to the community guidelines. I'm like, fuck you, I've been given community guideline strikes for that very thing. And I contested it, and you told me to fuck off. Anyway. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm very, very cautious with my editing anymore. It's because I've gotten so much shit from YouTube, and in the meantime, I gotta do their community guidelines school where they're telling me that, oh, everything's fine. You just you can do a lot on YouTube. It's so great and open. Like, I know if I felt the urge, I could make an educational video how to suck a dick, and that would go fantastic. It might end up on trending even. But unfortunately, if I want to review a movie and it's even remotely suggested that a dick has been sucked, we're going to run into problems. Okay, I'm starting to go a little. So now get to just roll it back, roll this, just bring it in. Deep breath. Let's just. You know what? It's not so bad. I'm sitting here at my computer talking about movies and video games and shit. What the hell do I have to complain about? It's Thanksgiving season. It's time to remember what to be thankful for, and I sure as fuck am thankful for this. This is my goddamn job. It's nice, to say the least. It's fucking great. Oh, thank you, Son Goku. Loved you in the one where you kicked the ass. Like all the ass. Smash TV should be made into a real game show TV series. Like a real game show, like here comes our contestants, and here's the challenges, and they're going to do that, and there are the prizes. Or real, like, and here's your gun, and we're going to send a bunch of guys to kill you, and you're going to have to kill them, and here's your prizes. By the way, you get to your... I don't know. Well, there's a secret level that doesn't actually exist. Thank you for the content. I pretty much binged you back in my formative years. Have I considered playing Lethal Company? Yes, I have. I saw that popping off. Like, it started trending on Twitter, and I've seen clips of it, and I'm there like, I am streaming to Twitch. It would be a good idea to get on the ground floor with Lethal Company. And it looks fun. That's also, like, good. Aww. I think Charlie's laughing, but it's hard because I'm also worried she's crying. She says she's okay. Have I ever played Dead Cells? I don't think so. Did I? Now I gotta look up what the hell Dead Cells is. Man, I think not, but I have seen it a lot. Like, I've seen the box art or the store page splash, whatever you want to call it. Oof. Yeah. Like one the game that I'm playing right now that I should stop because it's just a waste of fucking time is DPS Idol. I already have all of the achievements. It takes like 1 day to do that, and I've just been playing it because it's like make number go bigger, which lizard brain like, which is another reason why I've been enjoying streaming to Twitch because I got my numbers and they're going bigger. It's another reason why I've been having a hard time getting my lizard brain into YouTube is because the numbers have a hard time getting bigger. So, Suika game has taken over my life. Suika? Like watermelon? Sukiya. I can read. I can read English, like the Roman alphabet, perfectly fine. Yeah, Suika. It's hard as balls. Just enter hard mode. I barely can pass the level before the final boss. Oh, that reminds me. Trek to Yomi. I got to the final boss. I was doing pretty good, and then the game crashed. And then I never picked it up again. I was like, I'm like this close to actually beating the game. All I got to do is just load my save and get good until I can beat the final boss, and that's it. But it just crashed in the middle of me fighting him and doing good, and then I just never turned it back on again. But yeah, I don't know if I was expecting my feeling of near-death experience this morning story to take longer or not, but it's good to know we've all moved on from that. I used to be a normal fellow, then I got obsessed with Mud Runner and Snow Runner. Oh, Snow Runner. Snow Runner can dig its claws into me hard. That's one where I had to back away. I had to be like, no. I need to be able to live my life on my terms. I cannot play Snow Runner. If I turn Snow Runner on, it is all I will be doing for the next day and a half. I will not eat. I will not sleep. I will deliver these goods. Baldur's Gate 3 rolled perfectly on a co-op 4 times, then my friend's PS5 crashed and on replay failed it like 20 times in a row at different spots. Had to stop. Ooh. Now, some people are wondering if Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be shadow dropped as for its Xbox release at the Game Awards, considering the Game Awards is like December 7th, and they still say the Baldur's Gate 3 is going to come to Xbox this year, and there ain't that much year left. So what are they going to do? Be like, and the Xbox version is coming next week. Maybe. I don't think so. Can I get context on the near-death experience? I'm like an hour late to the stream. Okay. Yeah, I had to poop. That's really it. I really had to poop. Okay, so this morning at 3:30, I woke up to agonizing pain. And I crawled out of bed. And then I got up to head to the bathroom like, something ain't right here. And I had a cold sweat going on. And I couldn't walk straight. I was groggy. I couldn't think straight. I was fumbling around. I sat down on the toilet and I'm there like, oh God, I was in pain. And I was like, what is going on? And I'm knocking shit down. And Charlie's there like, is everything okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I just knocked over the bidet remote. And I'm just there like I feel like I'm gonna puke, I feel like I'm gonna poop, but nothing's happening in either direction. But I'm sitting on the toilet. I take the trash can, I pull out the trash bag. I'm sitting there like this, like ready for whichever direction it goes, and I'm just thinking like I'm in so much pain. Something's not right. What's going on in my gut? What's going on in my head? I can't breathe right. Is this how I die? Is this how I die? Is this how Elvis died? Am I? What's going on? And then I poop, and relief begins to wash over me, and I poop more and more relief, and I just keep pooping, and I just feel better and better as I do it, and it's like, ah, the strength comes back to my body. I stop sweating. I start thinking clear again. I'm no longer dizzy. I no longer have this gripping pain. My heart has calmed down. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I did actually do. Let me see if I could bring up the exact information. Uh, Where is the nerve specifically? What is the dang? Okay. The vasovagal reflex. The vagus nerve is the largest nerve in the body. It runs from the brainstem to the chest and abdomen and is tasked with regulating critical body functions such as heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, and digestion. And evidently, if you have a blockage of some kind and it puts some pressure there, it can be bad. When triggered, the vasovagal reflex causes a sudden drop in heart rate and blood pressure. As a result, you feel lightheaded, nauseous, and sweaty, and may even faint. Straining during a bowel movement. Goddamn, did it go away? Stress, seeing blood, and standing for a long time are common triggers. Let's see. Warning signs of a fainting spell: dizziness, nausea, sudden feeling warm and sweating, feeling faint or lightheaded, turning pale, ringing in your ears, blurry vision or tunnel vision. It's like, I like how the vision part, they're like toilet. They know where you're going. They know what you're trying to find. Markiplier had something like what you had, and he had to have surgery to fix it. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I just had to poop in the worst way. Quite literally. I what kind of God did it make mad enough to do that? I assume it was me mixing the jalapenos into my mac and cheese. I wanted nice spice, and I'm like, spicy mac and cheese. Yeah, it's like the pain was enough to get me out of it. I was already lying down and sleeping. So it got me up. And then I felt like that. I was like, yeah, I should lay down, but obviously I can't. So it's scary. Yeah, it was just all that. Whoosh. I was really scared that that was how I was going to go. And I'm there like trying to talk to Charlie as I'm there lying there trying to explain how I'm feeling. How I'm just panting and like, oh. And it's just, what's wrong with jalapeno macaroni and cheese? What's wrong with it? It's fine. I mean, I guess it's not. I guess not for me. So I can't do that no more. I gotta be careful with my jalapenos. That's when you really do want to give a shit, is when you think you're going to die from not shitting. Yeah, I just, I, I did my business. I used my bidet and cleaned myself up, nice. And then I came back to bed, and I had a nice after poop hugging out with Charlie, like, it's okay, I'm okay. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yes, I'm okay. I pooped. She's like, thank God you pooped. I pooped. Maybe. But yeah. Yeah, it's getting the time. I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Well, see, I at the same time, it's like it feels kind of silly to think that now that I know I just had to poop, but at the same time, that nerve does do a lot of vital functions. If I couldn't poop and that nerve just kept having pressure on it, could I have died? It feels like yes, but I'm not a doctor. I don't know. A cousin of mine did something similar, but included habaneros and rum coke to the mix. He didn't make it to the bathroom. Yeah. I had a friend who Spanish challenged me to eat more bacon-covered habaneros than him, and I beat him 8-15. God, habaneros, those will tear you up. I mean, yeah, but that's not exactly what I meant. the wobbliness and the tunnel and the sweat and like that. Sure. Like I could have just fallen like and just on the toilet and like live by the bidet, die by the bidet. That's a possibility, but I was thinking more along the lines of what was going on inside. Maybe like maybe, I don't know. I used to be able to handle jalapenos a little better than that. But I did eat that fucking chip. Well, at least a good chunk of it. That might have done some damage. I don't know. But yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad that I stopped by to say hi to everyone, and everyone stopped by to say hi to me. And I hope everyone has a very nice Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm going to have plenty of extra turkey in case you come down. I'm probably going to ask you what you're doing on my land and chase you off with my gun. But there's a chance you might get turkey, so it's up to you if you want to take that risk. But yeah, I'm still going to be streaming to Twitch. I want to work on continuing on RoboCop Rogue City and still trying to support my fiance and her streams and see how well that all goes. Maybe if she can get to be a Twitch affiliate, that'll allow her to actually have her custom emotes that I've already designed. I actually was like, that's the reason I actually finally have custom emotes on my Twitch, is because I was inspired to make her custom emotes, and then I couldn't use them. So I was like, well, I'm making emotes anyway, goddammit. So I made some for myself. Oh, thank you, Miguel Ortiz. Happy Thanksgiving. Beware the jalapenos, especially in Texas. There's definitely going to be some deviled eggs. And in Texas, you have the mild deviled eggs, which are the ones that you only make with paprika and red pepper and stuff. And then you have the deviled eggs that you also have diced jalapeno in there. So stick to the mild paprika and red pepper deviled eggs. Yeah, this thing I noticed, I feel like turkeys are the one food that were not affected by inflation, at least not around Thanksgiving. There's always been a little bit of subsidizing turkeys, but I went to the store to buy, like, I'm used to going to the store and spending like $200 to $300 on nothing. I go to get a turkey, I bring it to the counter, $7.30. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's the Thanksgiving turkey's price. Dear God, I got to buy 3 of these and throw them in the freezer just to have something to eat for the next month. Just want to say I love your reviews and it always brightens my day when I get notified of a new upload. Hope you have a great end of your year. I hope so too. And I hope that's a productive end. A little too much. A little too much. You are the devil. You are the devil. So thank you all for watching. I've been Dr. Shadow. And remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. Sometimes you just gotta poop.